Ladies and gentlemen, 2018 is almost a month away. But I really feel like this past year, we've just gone back to 2016. Now, why do I say that? I say that because just like 2016, everyone is just as offended by absolutely everything and anything as they were a year ago. And it's sad to see. Now, what do I mean by that? We've probably heard about what's happened with the controversy with the new Detroit Become Human video game, which was announced 2 years ago, 2015. So this game has been in development for a long time, and we're finally getting it next spring. Am I excited? Yeah. I love Quantic Dream. I love story-driven video games. So if I myself had to rank gaming studios that I loved, I'd have to say Quantic Dream, Naughty Dog, two of my favorite video game studios. But I digress at that point. Because it's 2017, and people are just as offended as they were in 2016, people have now come forward to say video games should not be created because of this topic or this depiction of this. So, you know what? Scrap the video game altogether, or just take the scene out of the video game. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to be checking out the trailer for Detroit Become Human, the new one that was released a month ago. I'm going to be talking about it, what I think about it, and then I'm going to be talking about this controversy and why it's so stupid. So, let's get into it. I'm excited for this game. I know many other people are, aside from the people who are overly offended by everything. So, let's get into the trailer, let's check it out, and then I'll talk about it, and then we'll get into this shebang of topics. Alright, let's do it.
You've been gone for 2 weeks, so the place is a mess. You do the housework, the washing, you cook the meals. That's Alice. You look after her. Homework, bath, all that crap. Got it?
Right away, Todd. Aren't you going to school today? I'm sure we used to be friends before I was reset. Maybe we can be friends again.
You shouldn't mess around with my stuff. It makes me nervous.
I'm sorry, Todd.
What are you looking at? Maybe you think this is easy. Maybe you think it's my fault your fucking mother took off. Fucking whore walked out on me for a fucking account.
Come back here?
You stay there. Don't you dare fucking move.
Alice! Daddy's very mad!
It's all over now. Daddy isn't angry anymore. You know Daddy loves you.
This is all your fault!
He's coming! He's gonna hurt me! Run! Get away, or he's gonna break you like last time!
You're coming with me. That's enough! I want you to leave Alice alone.
テンション。
Okay, so let's talk about the trailer. First off, yeah, I'm getting some really big, heavy rain vibes, obviously with the way that this game is designed. Obviously, better looking graphics because it's been a couple years since the release of Heavy Rain, but still, looks great. I'm excited for it. And just Quantic Dream in general, the games that they've put out in the past couple years are just magnificent. I know I myself was one person that was like, man, I'd love a Beyond Two Souls sequel, but we never got one because their CEO was like, hey, we don't really enjoy making sequels to video games because it would more or less be the same thing for us. So that aside, yes, I'm excited for this game. I will be buying it for sure. I am not good at like QuickTime events, in case you already know from when I play these kinds of games with QuickTime events. But I'm still excited, and it's gonna be a good 2018 is gonna be great. I hope. Alright, so let's get into the topic at hand. It's sad to see that nowadays you can't even play video games or have a video game created for you without a specific group of people or person getting triggered because, you know, it offends them in some way. Now, I'd just like to point something out, and many other people have pointed this out about these trailers and these video games in general. They have something to do with consequence and the choices you make. And no, don't sit there and tell me, well, John, you know, people who play video games with this kind of content, they get off on this. They enjoy this. They enjoy abuse and all this other stuff in these video games. As a gamer, amongst other gamers, when these situations arise in video games, no, I'm not sitting there, oh, this is great, I'm loving this. No, I'm mortified. I am torn. Because, as I said, these games have something to do with choice. And whether you make the right choice or the wrong choice, it leads to some kind of consequence, just like in life. So, you're sitting there and you're going, well, what do you mean by that, huh? You mean that you're purposefully going to make a bad decision because you enjoyed this kind of abuse? And no, as someone myself who was abused, I don't get off on this stuff. It breaks my heart when I see this kind of stuff. You know, if I play this game and I make the wrong decision and a situation like this arises and I can't do anything to stop it after, you know, making too many wrong decisions, or, you know, the scene just plays out and I can't do anything to stop it, it tears me apart. It tears so many people apart. They are just sitting there going, well, that happened. Nothing we can do now. I guess you gotta go on with your day. That's not gonna affect me. No, it affects people. If something like that, or a horrible situation, is caused by your ability not to make the right choice, or the consequence of not making a particular, you know, move or something video game related, and it causes that kind of situation, you die a little inside. As a gamer, you die a little inside because you knew, and deep down, you made the wrong choice and you caused this particular consequence. So to all these individuals going, oh, you know, we need to petition and we need to talk to Quantic Dream and Sony and be like, guys, you're depicting the glorification of abuse. So either delete your game or delete the whole entire scene entirely. No. They're not going to do that. It's just like with The Last of Us 2. With all the, oh, there's too much violence in these video games. It's too much violence. And it's against women, so it's automatically going to be horrible. I sit here and I just put my hands in my head. And I say, calm down. Just do that for once in your life. And listen, if these games trigger you so much that you have to try to petition to stop them from their release after years of production and people going, I'm excited for this game, and a loyal fan base of a specific gaming company saying, yes, I waited for this game forever, I am excited. And you're going to sit there and go, well, no, this game depicts the thing that I'm triggered by, and I don't like it. So just delete the game. Just delete it. It's not worth it. No one's going to play it. No, people are going to play this game. And they're going to realize the choices I make in this video game will affect the story, will affect these certain scenarios that may or may not play out. Right? I don't know what to say anymore. All I can say is to all these people twiddling their thumbs, sitting behind a keyboard, and trying to make all these false claims that, oh, this video game company is normalizing this and they're glorifying this thing or that thing. To do your research, watch the trailer again, and realize the choices you make affect the gaming experience, affect what plays out, affects what consequences occur based on the choices you make. I've said this so many times, I'm getting tired of saying it. The choices you make in the video game will affect the overall story arc. And from there, it will affect the situations that may or may not happen. So listen, you're sitting there, you're going, well, I don't like this game. I don't like what it depicts. All these groups trying to get all these games finished and, and broken, just all these people out there in the world, these little groups, these little easily offended people sitting there going, oh, this normalizes that, that does that, so just scrap the game, delete this, delete that, and then I'll be happy. Then I can play your video game. If you don't like a particular situation in a video game, or you don't like the video game in its entirety because of one particular scene or one little thing in the game that may arise, don't play the video game. It's as simple as that. All I have to say is don't ruin the artistic expression of a gaming company who's developed a video game for years just because, oh, I'm easily offended by this and that, and just delete the game. It's not worth, I'm not playing it, so no one else should either. No one else should play the game either, because I'm offended by what is on it. Okay. I've talked for too long. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But just to clarify, your consequences in these video games are drawn by your actions. Okay? I will say it again louder for those of you in the back who cannot hear me. The choices you make in these video games determine the consequences. Make a good decision, good consequence. Bad decision, bad consequence. Okay? It's as simple as that. These video game companies are not sitting here going, yeah, we'll just add this in because gamers like this. They love these situations. They love abuse. They love rape. They love all this stuff. No. As I said earlier, when these situations arise, as gamers, we want to make the best decisions possible to prevent these. To prevent these actions from occurring. And when we slip up, we do something wrong and something happens and, maybe a particular horrifying act does play out, we're not sitting there going, well, that happened, this is great, I'm loving this. No, we're sitting there with our hands in our hands saying, why did I do that? Why did I make that choice? This is a horrifying outcome to what I did. If I could go back right now, I would do it. Thankfully, it's a video game, so you can do that. But the sad thing is, you have a world right now where people won't do this with the news. People will do this with video games.